The Caribbean is on the brink of becoming the next global flashpoint. And it's not just about drugs. It's about oil, power, and a controversial use of force that's dividing nations. But here's where it gets controversial. Colombian President Gustavo Petro has boldly claimed that a boat recently bombed by the U.S. was carrying Colombian citizens. A statement the White House has dismissed as baseless. This explosive allegation comes amid a series of U.S. strikes in the Caribbean that have killed 21 people, with Washington insisting they targeted narco-traffickers. Yet the lack of evidence and transparency has sparked outrage across Latin America, raising questions about international law and the true motives behind these actions. And this is the part most people miss. While the U.S. Senate narrowly rejected a measure to restrict President Trump's ability to use military force against these vessels, the debate highlights a deeper issue. The U.S. is now framing its actions as part of a non-international armed conflict, a move that could justify wartime powers, including lethal force, even against nonviolent targets. This shift has already seen cartels in Mexico, Ecuador, and Venezuela labeled as terrorist organizations, expanding U.S. authority in the region. Petro's response to U.S. Senator Adam Schiff's post on X underscores the growing tension. He declared, "A new war scenario has opened up, the Caribbean," and urged families of the alleged Colombian victims to come forward. "There is no war against smuggling," Petro asserted. "This is a war for oil, and the world must stop it." The aggression is against all of Latin America and the Caribbean. The White House, however, has called for Petro to retract his statement, emphasizing their commitment to regional security despite policy differences. Meanwhile, the U.S. maintains its strikes, which began on September 2nd, targeted vessels off Venezuela's coast allegedly carrying illegal drugs. But without concrete evidence, many are left wondering, is this a legitimate crackdown on drug trafficking or a strategic move to control resources? Here's the bigger question. As the U.S. escalates its actions under the guise of combating drug trafficking, are we witnessing a legitimate effort to curb illegal activities or a thinly veiled grab for regional dominance? And what does this mean for international law and sovereignty in Latin America? The debate is far from over, and the world is watching. What do you think? Is the U.S. justified in its actions, or has it crossed a line? Let's discuss in the comments.